Welcome to George Mason University Libraries. This is the second video showing MIS 303 students about all the wonderful resources that we have in our library system, as well as some research tips and other resources to help you really do well with your research. As a reminder, I'm hoping that you will take advantage of what I think is one of your best resources, and that's me. My name is Joanne Henson. I'm the librarian for Business and Economics for George Mason University. I have info guides and email, and I'll show you a little more about how to get in touch with me, but this is my email address, one of my main info guides, so I hope that you'll bookmark these links and understand how to use them and get in touch with me. I'd like to start the second video with just a look again at our database list, a reminder of the resources that we have. So if you would like to take a look at databases, you're going to go to library.gmu.edu, and then from there, if you click on search, you'll see articles and databases. And the database list that comes up is all of the different categories that are available to you. You can go through these, get an idea. Again, I highly encourage you to look at things beyond business, beyond engineering, computing sciences, and IT. There are many other categories here that are potentially very useful for your research. I'd also like to point out to you that once you know the databases that you'd like to use, you can easily go directly to them alphabetically on this page. So I'll just give you an example. Let's say you'd like to use the Gartner database, which is an excellent resource for technology research, anything IT. You can see here it tells you all about communications, IT management, network services, a great resource. I'm not going to open this right now. I just want you to know how to find it. And again, there'll be several ways to get to this. This may be the simplest. Once you know which databases you want to use, just go to them directly from the database portal. And again, back to articles and databases, and when you go through this, you're going to get an idea of the very many types of resources that we have for you and what the functions are of these databases. Now I'd like to go back to my info guide, which I showed you in the previous video. We're going to take a closer look at this now. So in this guide, you can see the different categories that I have for you: writing, citing, evaluating, find company, find industry, find international, and then we have value added, fun and useful stuff. So again, if you'll remember, when I show you a database here, you can go back to it alphabetically through that list. But let me just start out by showing you value added, fun and useful stuff. Hopefully you'll be intrigued enough to want to go back in and take a look at some of the things that are available to you. So we have various video and music collections. These are streaming. They're all really wonderful things that you can use. One Button Studio, where you can go into the library and practice a presentation and record it on a thumb drive. Databases that I think are particularly useful and interesting, valuable. We have the New York Times Online, the complete edition that you can create an account and read this on your phones or whatever devices you like. And then we have major news sources. So major news sources, I've got a few things here that I wanted to show you, including Economist. These are the full packages. These are very expensive subscriptions, and this is why I'd like for you to become familiar with them and take advantage while you're here. Once you leave Mason, you lose access to these resources. So we'll just start with Factiva News Pages. This is a really great resource for you if you'd like to just read the paper. I'll show you what this looks like. So each day you can open today's paper and you can see all the headlines, the front page. This is the Wall Street Journal, obviously a very important publication for us as business students. So take advantage of being able to read this. In addition to today, you can read the last couple of weeks, and all the sections are here. And in addition to the Wall Street Journal, we have other publications of value to you, including the New York Times again, Washington Post, obviously very important to us here in this region, and some other papers that you may be interested in following: Los Angeles Times, Chicago, USA Today, there's Atlanta, and then Barron's and Forbes are down on the bottom. So this is really a fantastic resource for you to take advantage and keep yourself informed of what's going on in the world, the very latest information. information. As you can see, today is Saturday, the 15th of July, and this is what's going on in the world today. So now back to the guide, and I want to show you just a few things on the company information tab that is right here. And I've chosen databases really with these criteria, ones that we recommend for public, private, other specific resources, IPO research resources. So you can go through these databases and read the descriptions again. The ones that I really like to show you are Emergent Online, a great resource for you. This is a way that you can find very in-depth information about a company, and if you're not familiar with Emergent Online, please check it out. I'm going to do Apple Inc. and to show you the types of information you can get here: executive information, ownership, the financial information, extremely in-depth. You can change this and get up to 15 years, balance sheets, income statements, etc. And just by looking at it, I think you can see that you'll have everything that you need on the finances of these publicly traded companies. There are some privates in this database, but primarily this is going to be public. A great resource also for government filings if you'd like to look at those in one place. I like to show students competitors. You always want to know who the competition is and who your company's competition is, so the competitor list can be really valuable. This comes up within the same industry. They're showing you the industry on top and then sorted by revenue. So you can see that Apple is really way out there on this particular list, sorted by revenue within this particular industry. So a really great tool for you is Emergent Online. So back to the company resources again, just to give you an idea again of the different types of things available. I'm looking now at the tab that says private companies, and the one I'd like to show you is CareerShift. So CareerShift is really a great tool if you'd like to have information about private companies, but it also lets you get really into the people who work for these companies, and it's also, in addition to that, a great resource for job seeking. So to give you an idea, on the top, these tabs really don't mean a whole lot to you, but if you look at this, these are ways that you can build lists. So for example, my companies. Once you open it, it gives you various ways to search for companies. So even if you don't have any, you can get some. So company name, you can look within an industry, you can build lists with companies within an industry and within a certain geography. So this is a very useful tool if you'd like to have, say, all the technology companies in the Washington, D.C. metro area. But for now, just to give you an idea, we'll just do Apple Inc. and see what we can find just by looking for a specific company. Cupertino, Apple, and the types of information, again, that you're going to find is primarily focused on people. This is a really great tool for you to find people, to find out how to reach people. Frequently, you'll find email addresses as well as for contact information. So really great for that. I also recommend this particular database for job seeking. So you can look for jobs, and you can do things like looking for information technology, for example, and you can go into a particular area. So we'll do the District of Columbia, and the metro region is going to be Washington. So we'll just do, I'm looking for jobs, information technology within the Washington area. So this is a basic, very simple search, and I will do that, and we'll see that we get 11,000 jobs. Wow, very much too many, right? So let's go back one more time. I'd like to add criteria, and the additional criteria can be all of these different types of things, but we're going to look for internships. So run the search again. This time we can see if we can find any internships, and let's see, search. So now we're down to 60. So these are 60 internships that are classified as information technology, and it gives you an idea of when these are coming up. And I think this is really a great resource for you, help desk internship to you for fall 2017. So again, certainly worth taking a look at CareerShift. So back to the guide now. We're going to leave company. hope that you'll go in and try some of these other databases that we don't have time to look at. Really wonderful resources. But now I want to show you industry, market share information. So this is going to open two boxes, industry on top and underneath information databases recommended for market research. But just to give you again an idea of what's available to you, you can see the ones on the top, IBISWorld, Statista, and Mintel, really great resources that I recommend for industry research. Go in, they're very intuitive and easy to use. I think you'll really be amazed at what you're going to find there. Gartner, again, I told you early on that we'd show you 2 ways at least to find resources. So this one is on this list, as are all the other ones. Again, once you know the one you want, you can go to it alphabetically from the database list. So go in, play around with some of these and get an idea of the capabilities of our wonderful databases. Okay, so now I'd like to move on and show you the last tab that we're going to talk about here, and that is the one that says Get Help. I showed you in the other video how to get in touch with me, and you can take a look and see that my contact information is here. What I really want to show you on the Get Help function box now is that I have information for you about truncation, wildcard, advanced search tips. If you go through this process, your skills in searching will be really very sophisticated. I hope that you'll do this. But for now, I just want to give you an idea of how you can really structure some very effective searches. So back to the library homepage one last time, and we're going to go back into our databases, articles and databases, and once we're here into the business again, I just want to give you an idea of the types of things that you can do. If you're not finding what you're looking for, this is where you want to pull in some of those skills that you should have in searching. So I'm doing a Boolean search, and the Boolean being capitalized, AND, telling this database I only want results that have Apple and then information technology is in parentheses, telling the database that I only want these 2 words if they come up together in the results. So just to show you an idea, 1,490 results. You can take these results and you can go in and you can use all sorts of limiters, including date ranges, source types. If you only want things from industry profiles, this is a great way to get that. And then you can look at the publications that are coming up in all of these articles. Typically what you'd like to do is just get maybe another third key concept to add to reduce your results. So once you've figured out a really great search terminology strategy like this one, then the next thing to do is to go back and try this in a different database. So now I've gone back to Factiva. This database, I showed you the news pages earlier, but this is also a really great resource for you to do searches for the most current information. This is primarily a news database. This is where you're going to find really current information. So same search that we did before, and to give you an idea of the types of results that you can get in this really great database, we'll show you the results that we're going to get, and we get 48,000 and 50,000 total, and the first one being dated July 17th, which I think is today or tomorrow, so quite current, as you can see. And you can go through this again and limit by the various tools that you'll find in all of our databases. So that's really all I have. Hopefully this was a very quick overview, although I know I gave you lots of information. If you need help, I'm available. You know how to reach me. I'm always happy to help, but the best thing that you can do is go in and try to play with some of these resources and get familiar with them. And again, take advantage, be smart about how you're using your resources and spending your time as students at Mason, and use the highest quality resources that you can. Joanne Henson, Business and Economics Librarian. Thank you.